Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. When it comes to a genre, racing games are just not my forte. However, I have played quite a few decent ones on the Switch, including Hot Shot Racing, and although it's not your traditional racer, Art of Rally is still a decent pick if you're into the genre. Where things are extremely lacking though is in its selection of motocross games, and from what I hear, even the official MXGP3 is a pile of hot garbage. And I previously reviewed RMX Real Motocross, which was terrible, but still possibly better than that game. But now we have Ultimate Moto Bike Simulator from none other than GameToTop Corp. And if you think you've seen a terrible motocross game, then think again, because this one takes the biscuit, the shit-coated nut-encrusted dog shit hobnob biscuit that is. So let me show you why it's so bad, and why you should be steering well clear of it. So to start with, we have the main menu, which, like most of the games shot out by this absolute wank stain of a publisher, has no settings menu, and you have the option of either single player or split screen multiplayer. Starting off with a single player, you can select from one of 7 different dirt bikes according to the game's eShop description, though I'm pretty sure there are a couple of sports bikes in there, and the last 2 are definitely some kind of Harley Davidson knockoffs. But these can be unlocked by earning cash from completing levels. After selecting your bike though, you then get to select your level, though not really, as they're all locked and you must play through each of them one at a time. Now, dropping into the game, we can already see that compared to the eShop screenshots, the in-game visuals are fucking awful. We get a camera angle which is positioned way too close to our rider, and beyond the first couple of feet, everything else is blurry as fuck. Like we have 2200 vision, and we'd probably be classed as legally blind and wouldn't even be able to pass our bike test in the first place. But we're dropped into a desert area without any kind of instructions on what we need to do. Luckily, the developer's creativeness is on par with the visual fidelity in this one, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work things out. Up in the top right hand corner, we have our radar featuring yellow hexagons, and heading towards them we can find giant floating bubbles which we simply need to drive into. Find all of them, and congratulations, you complete the first level and can move on to the next one. And you're rewarded with 100 coins for your efforts, but you can also find them scattered about the levels, though as you'll soon see, there's no need whatsoever to seek these out. The second level of the game is a forest area, and once again, as with the previous, and in fact every level in the game, you simply need to follow the radar markers to collect the balls, and you're given a couple of minutes in which to do so. Though as you can probably tell by the footage, this is easier said than done because your bike controls like absolute shit on the uneven terrain, and hitting even the slightest bump sends you flailing about all over the shop, and you can't actually turn whilst on an incline, so you need to drive directly up hills if you want to actually make it to the top of them. They've undoubtedly used the same Unity racing engine that VG Games did in the MotoGP game, which is probably designed for creating track racing games, so its physics engine just doesn't know what the fuck to do with itself. Anyway, the third and final level of the game is in fact another forest level, and the game's eShop description describes each of these environments as being diverse, with a scorching desert, earthy forest trails and icy slopes of the Arctic to explore, and presumably this is the icy Arctic, but there's more fucking ice in my mini fridge than there is in this level. Successfully navigate this frost-free zone though and move on to the next level, and you'll once again find yourself in the desert, and that's how it goes. You'll rotate through these 3 levels, one after another, with the only thing separating them being an additional floating bollock to collect, though even the simple act of changing the positions of these was just far too much of an effort here. There's apparently a 4th moon-based level in the game, though I was fucked if I was playing this one long enough to experience the disappointment that it would inevitably have to offer, and when it comes to those bikes, you'll have enough credits after completing 5 levels to unlock the final one, and they all control the same anyway, that is to say like shit, so don't even bother yourself to do this. Finally, taking a look at the game's split screen versus mode, and in order to play this, each player must use a single Joy-Con. But after dropping into the split screen mode, we can see that the objective remains the same, collect all of the bollocks, but as you can see this is ultimately impossible due to the game's frame rate absolutely shitting its pants and running at around 3 frames per second. So what have we learned here? Well, for the most part, absolutely nothing. I totally expected it to be shite and was not disappointed. But once more, this just highlights the sheer audacity of the publisher when it comes to the marketing tactics and chatting a load of bullshit in the eShop description, and Nintendo's complete incompetence in moderating the eShop. A complete fucking joke. Anyway, if you want to know more about this publisher and other like them, be sure to check out my Scam Games playlist. But for now, leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below, like and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and thank you to the patrons of the channel and to you the viewers for watching and supporting me all this year and beyond. But until next time, I hope you all have a fantastic new year, take care of yourselves, and game on.